Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Friday, November the 11th. Today I'm a little early and this is a bonus video in which I'm going to show you a few tricks on how to find candidates, okay? The first thing I have to tell you is about this script that I display here. It says 10 days percentage. What is that? Well, it looks back 10 days and finds the percentage change from those 10 days until today. And these are the candidates I'm looking for. These are the big movers. For example, say Win. You can see that it's moved strongly in the last 10 days. Okay, that's the principle. So how do I generate this script? Well, let's go over here, click on this in any of your lists, click on this gear, I guess you call it, click on customize, and then I'm gonna show you this one here, okay? Double click on this papyrus icon and click on script editor. And now you don't have that yet because this is customized, but you can see exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, this is what I created. You can pause the video and copy this exactly. The column name is percent 10 days, okay, meaning pound 10 days percentage. And then you can see it says round. It means it's going to round it up to the closest decimal point. Number, and that number that is to be round is the close of today, meaning the latest price, minus the close of 10 days ago. That's the last price 10 days ago at the closing. Make sure you put the parentheses in the right spot, and then close parentheses 10. That's essentially dividing by the number that the market closed, this particular stock closed 10 days ago, times 100 to get it to transform it into percentages. And you can copy this, you can write it down. Obviously, in this case, you would simply write it down, and then you are going to create that exact same thing in your own platform. To do that, say lookup and say custom. And that gives you all the customs here. Now I'm going to click on the custom 7 on the papyrus icon, and then name it what you will, okay? Let's call it percent 10 day, just to call it something different, okay? Oops, sorry. And then click on script editor, and you're gonna delete the simple moving average. That's just the default formula, and type exactly round, parenthesis number, quotes number, equals close, that's the current close. Oh, it needs to have 2, okay? Or simply just copy what you wrote down, right? You need to do the option, see the 10 inside square brackets, close parenthesis divided by close. You can put the space to make it clear. Space is ignored essentially. But in this case, the 10 needs to be next to it. Oops. If you notice something strange, it's kind of getting habituated to the Spanish keyboard after so many years. Okay, one close parenthesis, and then you say times 100. And if I have a mistake, it's not going to work properly. But if you have copied it exactly, then it will be okay. Okay, so now we have it completed. Just add it onto your custom set, and that should be identical to the existing, what I have existing. So I'll move over. Yeah, you can see that it's exactly the same. So if you did exactly all the steps, you'll get the same. I only need one, so I'm going to delete this one here. Say customize and move it over or remove it from the list. Okay. All right. So now any list that you want, I have these candidates, you will see how much they have increased over the last 10 days. So you'd think that the one that has moved the most is the most desirable for a trade. Okay, so I click on win and you can see, yeah, it did go up, but this formula, this IV percentile, is still red. Let's check other ones. I just move my arrow down, red, red, none of them. This is green. SBAC is good, but they reported earnings not recently, okay? So I don't want that. I want recent earnings, and it needs to be exceeding expectation, and this one didn't. So despite the move today, I'm still waiting for, oh, wait a minute, there is an earnings here. Oh, okay, they did report earnings recently, but it was below expectations. So I'm not too keen on that. This one is Intel. They beat expectations by a wide margin. It's sort of moving up, but the volatility is still high. This one is good. Volatility has been dropping. It probably will drop some more today. Okay, so we could look at those later on today, all right? So how do I create this colorful red and green script? Okay, I do have it. And let me just move over and go to studies, edit studies, and here is IVSV1. So obviously that's my own, so you're gonna have to copy it exactly, all right? So this is a longer one stuff, so here it is, IVSV. So I'm gonna double click, it's a customized study, double click on that, and here is the script. You might copy it exactly, all right? Pause the video and write it all down and copy. Okay, say you paste it in your word processor or copy it into your word processor, then you are gonna copy that and create a new one, okay? So how do we do that? Well, so create, and then you say think script editor, delete what is existing and just say paste, and there it is, okay? If you copied it correctly, it should work. And then you say, okay. Oh, I need to name it something, don't I? Okay, so create a new one, new study, name it something colorful, IV, okay, for example. Say okay, and now that's created. Let's say colorful here, and here it is, colorful IV. Click on it, and then you dragged it. I think I could drag it. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, could I just double click? Yeah, I double click, and it's already here. Now from here, I just drag it down. The market has opened. Drag it down, and here it is. Okay, now I need to delete it from here and say okay, and now I have two of them. Perfect. All right, so you, by creating those two scripts, you can use just about any list you want. Let's say we create my favorite stocks, and here you see the percent. Nvidia, for example, is that good? Yeah, they reported earnings and the volatility has declined. Is it a good move? 13% over the last few days, and today is reported earnings. The volatility has dropped dramatically since yesterday. Okay, we don't need two of these, do we? So let's edit studies and remove this one here. Don't need that. And I don't need this one either. Colorful IV, well, that's the same as what I have. So let's delete that and say okay. All right, so this is gonna transform red, and oh, you see, it's not green as I thought it would be. Okay. The others are negative. How about if we did the entire S&P 500? Public, over here, R to S, S&P 500, and we have our percent, 10%. Click on that. Custom, there are some that are still not calculating. We are going to ignore those and go down straight to the percent, and then look for something you are attracted to or seem interesting, and then start looking for those green charts. And so it takes a little process, but you can definitely find good candidates. All right, and that's how I list them. But I have my list of favorite stocks, and these are stocks that I consider move fast, but that doesn't mean I'm going to, these are all lists, but you can create a list of any stock you want. Let's say NTS, NetEase, no, it's still too high, the volatility. Nvidia, too high. Baidu, too high. How about Lulu? Too high. And so that's what I'm going to do for this video. And in the next video, in just a few minutes, I will pick some candidates and I'm going to go through them, all right, and decide which trades we're going to do for the day. Oh, look at FFIV. Big mover. Did they have good earnings? Yeah, they exceeded expectations a few days back and it's now moving up, and the volatility has dropped to below 32. That's interesting to me. Okay. How about Amazon? No, that's been dropping dramatically, but that's volatility is still too high on that one. Okay, that's all for this video. Look for the next video up. Okay, thank you very much for joining me and see you in a bit.